Well, I'm here with Susan Brown and her dog Max. And Susan, of course, as you know, is running for county commissioner. And I thought I'd ask her some questions. So, Susan, could you just tell us a little about yourself?
I'm sure. Dennis and I moved here in 2001 with our family from Nevada. Being in Nevada, we owned a business for about 15 years. My husband worked for the Round Mountain Gold Mine. We have 4 kids, 3 grandkids. But in Nevada, I was also involved in the Rotary Chamber of Commerce. I served a term on the town council. Was a founding member of a local arts organization there, and that's where I learned how to write grants. So I've been doing that for about 20 years and brought that with me. So when we got to Gold Beach, one of the first things I did was, because I want to get involved in the community again, I started writing grants, did some grant writing for the Abandoned Boardwalk Project, got most of their funding to get that put in, the Brookings Habitat for Humanity to get their first housing build, Abandoned Community Youth Center, the RSVP program in Coos Bay, and then just some other foundation grants here and there. Then I went to work for the Gold Beach Chamber of Commerce as the director, which was a very interesting job because I got to meet a lot of the businesses here and a lot of the people. And there's some really cool businesses and people that are working hard. So that was really a lot of fun, and it was a good way to kind of meet everybody and learn about us. Then I had an opportunity to go work for Curry County as their economic development director, and again, that job was extremely rewarding because then I got to find out all about Curry County, all the businesses and all the organizations and all the great work that they're doing here.
Okay. Well, what have you done that you're the most proud of?
Oh, well, there's a few things.
Okay.
Can I do a couple?
Sure.
One of the little known things, I was born in Canada, raised in the US, but I got my citizenship in 1988. And you have to go in front of the judge and swear your allegiance to the United States. And I thought that was very cool. I was very proud to, even though I was raised here, I was very proud to be able to say that out loud. You know? So shortly after that, I registered to vote and have been voting in every election since then. I thought that was exciting. So another thing, and this goes back to Tonopah a little bit, where we came from in Nevada, my service as a town council member. We were going through the whole water sewer infrastructure upgrades. We had HUD coming in, helping us through the process. One of the things we had to do was increase our water and sewer rates to be comparable to other cities in the area so that we could be eligible for grants. Part of that process is holding 2 public meetings for people to come and hear the proposed rate increase. The first public meeting, 1 person in the audience, in a small town. And that's also the same night we received our packets to really look at what those increases were going to be and how it was going to affect the town. And I owned a business there and a home, and so I'm of course looking to see, oh, it's going to do this for my business and do this to my home. That's okay. But I started looking at some of our major businesses in town and calculating what it was going to do to them. Like our hotels, restaurants, hospital. They were going to have an increase of about $800 to $1,000 a month. And this was going to happen overnight for their sewer increases. And it was pretty startling because we were a small, depressed town, and these businesses couldn't handle that type of rate increase. And no one's in the audience to hear what's going on. So I had a week until the next public meeting. So I wrote some personal letters and hand-delivered them to all the major businesses in town and said, you need to show up to talk to the town council about what's going to happen. Because otherwise you're going to be hit with this huge bill and there's nothing I can do to stop it because I'm a vote of 1 on a board of 5. So the next public meeting, the room was packed. Standing room only, the businesses were very concerned because they couldn't support that type of rate increase without closing the doors. So haggling through a real long meeting, and we got to the point where the council board agreed that they would do a water usage fee on the sewer instead of a huge increase. So I thought that was great because it was an opportunity for people to get involved and make a change in the government that they weren't aware of, because they're electing people to be their representatives and make sure that you're looking out for them. So I was very proud to be able to do that because I was told that I saved a lot of businesses from closing, just simply they weren't gonna be hit with that big expenditure, so,
Okay,
yeah. Just real quick, of course, my husband, my kids, grandkids, always proud of them. And the latest thing was I just got appointed to the Governor's Workforce Investment Board, which is a Senate and Governor's appointment, working on state policy for workforce issues for Oregon.
okay, great. So why did you decide to run for county commissioner?
I decided to run because Curry County is just a very great place to live. We've made our home here, we're gonna retire here. And having worked with so many businesses in the county, I've come to learn how many businesses are just, they're strong, they're unique, they want to be here, they work to be here. And I think Curry County has a tremendous future. I didn't want to hear any more about we're dying, turn off the lights, last one out the door.
Right.
It's just not, it's not gonna happen. There's too much going on here. And I think with some good leadership, the county's gonna move forward.
Okay. So why do you think you're qualified to have the office?
I'm qualified, I feel like I'm qualified because first I've learned so much about Curry County, the different resources and assets we have here. I've forged a lot of relationships at the state and federal level through my job. So I know what our assets are, resources, where to go, what we can do. I know how to get people in a room and work on an issue, a diverse group of people, because we all have the same thing in common. We want Curry County to succeed. So no matter what side you're sitting on, the goal is how can we make Curry County succeed? So I think I can bring that to this table, and also I have a good understanding of the county budget and how the finances work, so it's not going to be a huge learning curve for me getting in the door.
Okay. So here's the magic question. What do you stand for? What's your platform?
I stand for open, honest government and financially stable government. And I think I would bring integrity to the table and honesty for the folks. My platform is fiscal responsibility, financial stability for the county, and then future growth. We have to look beyond what's going to happen now, what needs to happen for the finances, and plan a future for Curry County.
What do you do to help make the county financially stable and cost effective?
Well, I think one of the things we need to do is continue looking at the budget, going over it with a fine-tooth comb. And I know that some work has been done, but I think there's still some costs that we can look at for cutting. We need to look at all the departments, the wages, the benefits, contracts, see where we can be more financially responsible with our own budget. At the same time, we need to be looking at other revenue sources outside of the county. How can, and develop those, like the Citizens Committee had some great proposals for the commissioners, and I think they need to be looked at carefully, see what will work, see what we can use, see what we can do.
Okay. Now you were talking about your experience in Nevada, where you got the people in the community involved in an issue. How can you get the people here in Curry County more involved in county government?
Well, I think we need to do the same thing. You need to go out to the folks when there's an issue on the table, and instead of, people are busy, they're working, they don't always have time to read the newspaper and find out what's going on, but you need to go out to the folks, to the different communities and talk about it, be there. Be a presence at the chambers or the rotaries or the city council meetings, and to let everybody know when issues are coming up, what issues are coming up, how they can get involved. I think another thing we need to do is put together a citizens committee that helps guide the commissioners. There's a lot of issues, a lot of talent in the county. They're going to know a lot of things, so we should be using that expertise to help us lead the county.
Okay. Well, thanks, Susan.
Thank you.